Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the rolling hills of the savannah, there lived a young woman named Ayana. She was known throughout the land for her beauty, wisdom, and kindness. Ayana had many suitors, but her heart was captured by a handsome and clever hunter named Kofi. Kofi was skilled with a bow and arrow, and his strength was unmatched. He could track the swiftest gazelle and bring down the fiercest lion. But what Ayana loved most about him was his laughter. It was said that Kofi's laughter could bring light to the darkest night, and Ayana knew she wanted to spend her life by his side. The village elders blessed their union, and a grand wedding was held. The whole village celebrated, and the drums echoed through the night. Ayana and Kofi were happy, and for a time their marriage was filled with love and joy. But as the seasons changed, so did Kofi. He began to spend more time in the forest, hunting for days on end, leaving Ayana alone in their hut. At first she thought nothing of it, believing Kofi was simply providing for their future. But soon whispers began to reach her ears. "Kofi has a wandering eye," the women at the well would say. "He is seen with other women when he is away from the village." Ayana dismissed the rumors, trusting in her love. But as the months passed, Kofi's absences grew longer, and his laughter, once so full of life, became hollow and distant. One day, Ayana confronted Kofi when he returned from a particularly long hunt. "Why do you stay away so long, my husband? The village speaks ill of you, and I am left alone." Kofi looked at Ayana, but his eyes were cold. "You are no longer the woman I married," he said. "You do not satisfy me, and I find joy elsewhere." Ayana's heart broke at his words, but she said nothing. She knew that Kofi had changed, and that his love for her had soured like milk left in the sun. That night, she wept beneath the stars, asking the spirits for guidance. In the quiet of the night, an old woman appeared before Ayana. She was hunched with age, her skin as wrinkled as the bark of an ancient baobab tree, but her eyes were bright with wisdom. "Why do you cry, child?" the old woman asked. "My husband no longer loves me," Ayana replied, her voice trembling. "He has betrayed our vows and I am lost." The old woman nodded, understanding. "Love, like the wind, can change direction. But know this, child, a heart that is true cannot be forced to remain in one place. You must let go of what no longer serves you." Ayana pondered the old woman's words. The next morning, she decided to leave the village. She packed her belongings, taking only what she needed, and set off into the forest. Kofi returned that evening to find Ayana gone. At first, he felt relieved, thinking he was finally free. But as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, he began to miss her. The other women he had sought out could not fill the void in his heart. Their laughter did not bring him joy, and their company left him feeling empty. He searched for Ayana, calling out her name in the forest, but she was nowhere to be found. The villagers, too, missed Ayana's warmth and wisdom. They whispered that Kofi had driven her away, and they shunned him for his foolishness. One day, as Kofi wandered through the forest, he came across the old woman who had visited Ayana. She looked at him with pity in her eyes. "You were given a precious gift, but you threw it away," the old woman said. "Now you must live with the consequences of your actions." Kofi begged the old woman for help, asking her to bring Ayana back. But she shook her head. "Ayana has found peace within herself," the old woman replied. "She no longer needs you, just as you no longer deserved her." Kofi returned to the village, a broken man. He had lost the love of his life, and with it, the laughter that once filled his days. Ayana, on the other hand, found a new village where she was welcomed with open arms. She used her wisdom to help others, and in time, her heart healed. The tale of Ayana and Kofi was passed down through generations as a cautionary story. It reminded the villagers that love must be cherished, and that once it is lost, it can never truly be regained. And so, the story of the marriage gone sour lived on, teaching all who heard it the importance of loyalty, respect, and the fleeting nature of love.